Hello and welcome to this Bitcoin price analysis video. It's the 30th of March 2024, currently 2 minutes past 8 in the morning Central European time. In this video we're going to look at the price, Bitcoin's price basically over the past day, what we think it's going to do today, and what its possibility of doing next week too. We're going to go all the way through the highest timelines, be it the weekly timeline all the way down to the 5 minute, 1 minute timeline to have a look to see what type of movement we think we're going to get. Now, if you haven't seen my videos before, my name is David Thorne. I am not a financial advisor or a professional trader. I am literally just a guy sat in front of a monitor speaking to a microphone about my own portfolio, about my money that is invested in Bitcoin and also other cryptocurrencies, and also other stocks and shares and so on. But if you want to listen in, if you want to take some advice from what I say, please feel free to, but please make sure you do your own due diligence with what I say, because I am literally not qualified to say this type of stuff, even though I do it on a daily basis. Now, however, I've got a ask for you, because I do this for free. And it would be really nice if you could just like this one video. It really gives me that little bit of feedback that you actually like what I'm doing, you know, and it gives me that nice little dopamine effect and so on. I'm still going to keep doing it whether you like it or not, so I'm still going to do it for you, but I would really love it if you did that for me. I don't need a cup of coffee or anything like that. Don't want any money. Just really would love it if you smash that like button. All right. What I've also created for you is this TradingView Pine Scripts repository, and this DJ Thorne Trading Indicators Pine Script here. And you can read it here. If you come to GitHub/David Thorne/Pine Scripts, and you can see here, this is basically my my trading indicators I'm going to use from now on. All right, and yeah, you can see that the code on the repository for it, and it adds all of these EMAs and Bollinger Bands and so on. So if you want more information about that, then check out some other videos I've made, which I'm going to make as well, for more information about what the colors mean and etc. etc. So with that all out the way, let's just jump straight in, shall we? So let's start as per normal with the weekly market. As we can see at the moment, we've got a grey candle, which shows it's not a huge amount of volume, right? But we're still getting an upwards movement candle. Okay, so we see some strength in the price. You know, we started at 62,253 and we're now on 64,886. So it's a nice couple of thousand or 2,500 euro jump already. Whether it keeps that going through to tomorrow night is another story, but right now it kind of looks like it could do it because it hasn't got much of a bottom compared to the other ones, whereas last week we saw it had a little bit of a top and a big bottom. So does it close strong? We can only see until tomorrow. All right. Now, so if we jump over to the daily market, you can see here that we are pretty much going sideways. It could be a range. We could be seeing hitting this top and coming back down again and going left or right for a few days. I mean, we have got the halving coming up in approximately 20 days, so that would take us to around about the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, or 20th of April, somewhere around about that, because it fluctuates all the time. So we could see some downward movement, upward movement, and so on. Now, what I would imagine, though, is that Bitcoin loves to do like this consolidation movement, and that would kind of look about right with the halving and so on. I could be completely wrong, but that is just a possibility. Now, if it is going to go up, well, we would expect it to have to, obviously, break through this one resistance zone, but Bitcoin's very good at pumping through zones when it wants to. Is it going to do it today? I don't think so. I mean, we've got this upward movement, and we've got the 8s. If you've got the 8, 15, and sorry, the 5, 8, and 15 EMAs here, and we see that the 5 is above the 8, 8 is above the 15, and we see the price is closing above the 5 anyway. So we see that we're always getting higher than normal average prices anyway, and just a little bit of a correction was kind of acceptable, you know, based upon this large move up. But the price is going to have to break through this resistance area here anyway, because there was a lot of selling pressure over the past 3 days, or over on Wednesday and Thursday. There was definitely a lot of selling pressure anyway, even though on Thursday there was a little bit of a push up. But we saw some form of support yesterday when it went down to 64, and it came back up over the course of the day to 64.8. So there's a possibility that we go sideways today. There's a big possibility we go down, and there's a big possibility we will go up. So really not a great picture, but the trend kind of says it's more likely to go down, I would say, here, to try and possibly close between the 5 and the 8 EMA, or even the 8 and the 15 EMA, but we'll get a better sense of it when we go into the 4 hour. All right, so now looking at the 4 hour, we can see here that the price, all of the 5, the 8 and the 15 EMA, they've all clumped together. So there is some like equilibrium there within inside of those prices, and we have got some sideward movement. So we could say, and we can say, that we've got sideward slope now. So we've got slope of 0 right now. So is this a slope going downwards, or is this then a parabola ready to go back up again? You know, the price at the moment is kind of creating a parabola at the moment, but it could also create a negative parabola going down. All right, so but we see sideways movement right now. It's going to have to tell us a little bit more whether or not this has got the strength to go up. And you can see over the past, what time's that, 5 o'clock, we see over the past 4 hours that the price has been sucked back down again. So there's been a lot of selling pressure, but there's still a little bit of buying power left in it. So we have to go down to the hour really to start seeing what that picture is. And once again, on the hourly chart, we see that we've got, let's try and get these dots, we've got some sideward movement here, but the 5, the 8 and the 15 are below the 50 EMA, and the prices is at the moment is looking like, well, it's just it closed beneath the 50 EMA, and we are still within it. So if we see prices closing on this hour between 8 and 9 o'clock closing beneath the 8, 5 and the 15, and the 8, 5 and 15 are beneath the 5, then we should start seeing downward movement. All right, and we should start probably coming to test at least the 64,680 region, and it will more than likely break through this white patch. So this white patch here and the white patch, this means there's literally no support or resistance there. You know, the prices just zip straight through it. And when that happens, prices tend to zip straight back through it either, or they have like a real consolidation zone within inside of it. So we could see that if it healthily comes down to this green zone here, and it fills this zone here with green, which means lots of lower wicks basically. So now if that's not the case, which I don't think it is, it will come down to 64.3, and it will probably test it, and it might test this wick down here, and it's more than likely going to come and test this bottom again. Now it could be cheeky. It could be cheeky and basically just, rather than coming to test this bottom, it could just come and stop here and then go back up again and continue on the sideways motion as we already previously discussed of like this for the next 20 days. So that could be possible, or for the next 20 hours or whatever. So that's definitely a possibility too. But let's keep going down to look at the half an hour. What are we getting here? Well, we're getting a little bit of positivity here with regards to going up. I mean, I'm not against it going down, to be honest with you, because you know it's there, it's healthy to go down. But right now we see prices that they close beneath the 50, but it looks like the overall trend here tends to be going up. You know, the slope right now of the 5, the 8 and the 15 is a positive slope. So we're seeing this, and we see that the slope of the 200 EMA is positive still too, and the slope of the 50 is like 0. So we can see there is some form of power, there is some form of thrust from beneath to push the prices, to push the slope back up again, you know. So we are, you know, you see how I like using a little bit of mathematics in this, because the world is governed by physics and so on, and we can see there is pushing, there is buying power pushing this back, the prices back up to higher averages. Okay, so this is starting at half an hour. It's starting to paint a picture that it's trying to get through this again, but it's going to have to get through this resistance zone or previous support zone if it's going to. It looks like this green area that's building up is a support zone, but it's making new highs, right? If it was coming down and testing the same zone all the time, right, the wicking out, then I would assume that it's going to go down. But right now it seems to be trying to make new highs, right? Well, it's making higher lows, but it's trying to make new highs. Now, if it keeps on testing this line, then this resistance line might break in the end. So the more it tests it, the more likely it is to break it. But we can get a better picture if we keep going down time frames. All right. So now on the 15-minute time frame, we can see that the 50 EMA is got a positive slope going up. And so we just draw the line to show that it's got a positive slope going up. And the 5, the 15, the 5, the 8, and the 15 are all put above each other. So the 5's above the 8, 8's above the 15, 15's above the 50. So this is a good sign. And you know, they are still now above, or they're now above the 200. So we can see that their overall average prices are increasing constantly, and they are making higher averages. So this is a good sign, and we just want to see like a big solid green candle. I want to say green candle, this one. This is real strength to pop through, and so on. So, but we're going to have to. This is the dreaded candle that it's going to have to pick off first of all, and then this one here, because there's huge selling power here. And it came up to this 65,174, and it just got pushed straight back down again. So if it's got to get through, it's got to get through with momentum, right? And I would suggest really that it works its way up to at least 50% of this wick, of this candle, to then push straight through again. But once again, we can get a bigger picture, a better picture when we zoom in. Okay, so here's the blue candles that we saw, and this is higher than average volume, but it had higher than average volume coming down as well, and then it had higher volume coming up. So we would want to see, like I just previously said, it at least come back to here on a nice slow movement up to this area, because then it shows that it's got some balance back in the order book. Right now there's imbalance in the order book up here, so we want to see it creep up, test this area, and then push through. I wouldn't want to see it push all the way through, because I'd see it snap back down again. So I'd want to see it slowly, and then come back down again, and then push through, say around about, what have we got, 1045 area, and then make new highs again. So a quick up, and it will be a quick back down again, I would assume. So let's go into the most fun region now, the 1 minute candles. All right, what can we see by the 1 minute candles? Well, at least what we do see, which is positive, we see, first of all, let's get rid of this. We see a positive slope, right? If you look at you can either say it's the secant line or the tangent line. Well, this is the secant line. If you then say that the tangent line, right, of the slope is well, at the moment this is the tangent line really, and this is the secant line, and we see we've got a positive secant and tangent line on the slope, and we can say the same thing for the 200. This is the 300 EMA, so we can see moving up prices. All right, and yes, we can see this bouncing of the 5, the 8, the 15, and the 50, but they're all at the moment above the 300 and the 200, just about. So they're trying to make new highs, and we can see that it's always making higher lows. So it means that the buying power is stopping the selling power all the time. The buying power is getting stronger and stronger, but the selling power, it could be. We'll see on the next high whether it can make a higher high than this, because it's made a higher high here. So we want to see some strength to push through into this area and then go up. But we don't really want to see like big green candles going up. We want to see like grey candles or light green to show that there's small volume pushing the price up, and then we want to see it come sneak up to this, because these green candles, these blue candles, they tend to always have some form of correction to come back down again. So we want some slow movement. With that said, what's my own personal subjective belief about today? Well, I don't really have a belief about today. I think there's a possibility that we see some strength today, and we might see a wick up and a wick down. But it's Saturday, tends to be a relatively boring day. I would say if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen tomorrow. So I would like to see that it comes back and tests maybe this candle body. But it looks like it's done 50% overall. But even yeah, I'd like to see if it's got strength for tomorrow. We could say that we want to see like candle 1, candle 2, and then candle 3, as in the strong candles, as in just the 3 strong candles, and then we see like a crazy Falcon 9 rocket candle going up to newer highs and stuff. So, but we could see candle 1, candle 2, and then candle 3 could wick up and then wick back down again. So this might be what we see, but this could end up being the wick to here, right? And then the closing is around about here over the coming, let's say Monday or something. But I would like to see that, like, some strength in this. Now, if there isn't strength in this and it is a selling, then I'm guessing we're coming down to the 8 EMA. All right, I'm guessing we're coming down to the 8 EMA. But we'll only see. All right. With that said, I hope this price analysis has been helpful to you and so on. And I'm trying to make the videos as short as possible. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and if you do want to use my script, come over to github.com/David Dawn/PineScripts. You see it just here. All you got to do is copy paste. Well, if you go to raw, just got to copy paste all of this here, and then just chuck it in the Pine editor and add to chart. That's simple as that. And then you've got this here. And I've got other videos about it, and I will be using it every single day. And I'll try and talk about it a little bit more every single day. With that said, thank you very much for supporting my channel. Thank you very much for coming back every single day, and you really great. Thank you very much, and I'll see you maybe in another video today about Bitcoin, or I'm probably going to make some other videos about PineScript and so on. So if you do have any questions or any wishes, then this is the time now to put them in the comment section below. Right, I'm off now. 17 minutes 18 seconds. Bye bye.